don't chase perfection, chase progress. If you have an ego, don't come to hospitality. Plates will break, glasses will break, but you won't. We are Balkans.
We are from Macedonia.
Yes.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
What if I told you that you can get
Hello everyone, Bobby here, and this is another episode of BTX Elite Podcast. My guest today is coming from the same country as I am, from Macedonia to Bahrain's billion-dollar views. Dragi Rizovski proved that no dream is out of reach. He started his journey in the hospitality scene of Macedonia. He faced every challenge head-on to become respected general manager, known for bold decisions, high standards, and a mindset that refused to break. The Macedonian spirit proved that nothing is impossible. Welcome, Habibi.
Thanks, Bobby. Thank you so much. Thanks for inviting me. I know we've been meaning, in the past week to catch up for a coffee, but both of us, we caught up with responsibilities, and finally we made it, and thank you for inviting me on your podcast episode. It's a pleasure to be here today, and yeah.
It's a pleasure to have you. I'm not sure that your staff mentioned to you that I passed by to your place, but maybe you are in between meetings, so did you catch my hello?
Yes, they did mention. Actually, I was late. You was on time, but I was late. I was not on a meeting. I was stuck in traffic, but I know our time is precious, and lately Bahrain has become very dynamic, and I never said this in the past, but now I keep repeating that, like we need 48 hours in one day, to have enough time to catch up with people, to catch up with your loved ones, with friends, to explore more on the island. But it is what it is in the end. We do our best.
How many hours you sleep in an average?
It depends. From 5 to 7, I would say.
5 to 7,
yes.
That's amazing.
Yep.
I think I sleep 5 to 7 in one day in the week.
No, I try to sleep as much as possible. It helps me to recover and to refresh myself for the next day.
The first question, classic. How are you today?
I'm great, thank you. I'm great. I feel good. I woke up without responsibilities today, so it's nice to have that feeling to start the day, especially with you.
We didn't agree that we're gonna wear the same suit.
No.
Such a good suit you have, by the way.
Thank you so much. I was planning to come with more formal suit, but I was like, it's off day. It's gonna be a nice, talk with you on your podcast. So I was like, let me be a bit more casual.
If this is the casual look when you are off, what do you wear when you are working?
Most of the time, yes. See now, as you know, in our industry, our public image is it's very important. People, they see us around, they see us in our venues, in our restaurants, in our bars, and the way how we look at our work, we have to look, presentable, and be careful how you are in the public. How you present your public image. So, we try to be professional outside of work as well, because you never know who you're gonna meet, and anything is possible during the day.
We didn't even mention where are you coming from.
I come from the same country that you are coming from, Macedonia.
We are from Macedonia.
Yes.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. Na zdravje.
Na zdravje. It's coffee, huh?
It's coffee, yes. We have to be. Coffee is something that I cannot live without. It's. I think I have, like, on a daily basis, minimum 5-6 coffees. I'm addicted to caffeine. It keeps me alive. So, thanks for the coffee. It's really good.
Which one is this today?
This is second.
Second. Okay.
Yeah.
There's still time.
The day is still. It's still early. We still have plenty of time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So, from Macedonia to Bahrain's billion-dollar view. What was your first I made it moment? And was it sweet as you imagined?
Yes. when I realized what happened in that moment, it was very sweet. The moment I made it, I think it's the moment where I realized that I'm entering into a management waters that I would not say I was not ready, but it was my first experience to realize that I'm entering management waters was something that overwhelmed me. But it was after long day at work. I had a 14 hours duty where we had to do a couple of events during the day, and I went back home. I got a glass of wine. After long day, your brain is still hyper. You're still thinking a lot. You just need to calm down, relax a bit. And I got a glass of wine. I was living in an apartment where I had very nice city view. So the balcony was looking towards, the skylines of Bahrain. So I was just looking at the skylines, scrolling at my phone, enjoying my glass of wine, and I was like, let me check my email. In the weeks before, I had some interviews. So, I was so busy that I didn't check my email. So I opened my email and I see subject on the email, job offer. And I was like, oh, I was not expecting this, because the email came late after, the interview. And that job offer was actually the first offer that I received in my life as a restaurant manager. I've never been in the management waters, so it kind of overwhelmed me. And then I called one of my close friends and my mentor as well. I share listen, man, I got this offer, as a restaurant manager. I don't know what to do, first time experience. First time getting offer as a restaurant manager, I'm kind of shocked, and he told me, listen, there is no way down. This is where you will go only up. You cannot look down. From that point, I realized it's like, oh my God, this is getting serious. So I was like, yeah, okay, what's next? I started thinking, what's next now? So yeah, I believe that is one of the moment that I felt like I made it, and it had a very sweet touch to that moment.
It's always good to have a mentor, as you said.
Yeah.
And whoever is your mentor, he was totally on point.
Yes, see now, it's always good when you grow up in your career with strong managers, with very strong mentors who lead you and people that you can learn from, and that's what helped me. Having a mentor who understands the business, who understands market, who understands hospitality, who understands guest needs, guest satisfaction, guest comfort, and having a person to look at those skills and to try to implement on yourself, I believe is something that helped me, to grow up in this industry.
But also that you mentioned what is next. So even you are super excited for your next position that you said, restaurant manager,
yes,
which is a huge accomplishment. However, again, after some time, you said, what's next?
That's the thought that I had inside myself. It's like, what is next now?
What is next?
What should I do?
Exactly.
So immediately, of course, I started getting advices from successful leaders in hospitality, and thankfully the job was after 3 months. So I had a time to do my research, to do my studies, to prepare, to seek for advices, and that was my what's next. Because when you enter for a first time in a management position, coming from let's say a supervisor and entering a management position, it's totally a new field. It's a field where you need to lead a team, you need to guide a team, you need to train people, you need to ensure that guest satisfaction is at the highest level, and it just was mind-blowing for me. But in the end, I was able to go smooth, to not overwhelm myself. I was taking everything step by step. adapting to the company, to their SOPs, to their procedures, to their policies. So I bite everything, bite by bite, slowly, and
Step by step.
step by step.
What's the most legendary decision you have ever made as a leader that changed everything?
I would not say it was legendary. It was very risky. It was very risky decision, but it helped me to gain trust and loyalty from my team. Why I say risky? I had a situation with a guest in my restaurant. Where it was like a Hollywood movie scene. He was entering every day. It was a guest who was visiting us quite often. But since the first visit, I was not there in the restaurant when he did the first visit. But the staff, informed me is like, this is a guest that it's always rude with the staff. He always, finds reasons to insult. I would not say to insult, but to
be rude.
To be rude at the staff, even though they do nothing wrong. So I was looking at. I was observing that guest. I was approaching and I had a conversation, but I realized, the guest is never happy. And there is no reason. You give the whole treatment from the entrance, the moment you enter the restaurant. You are welcomed with a smile. The hostess greets you, escorts you to your table, guides you, explains you the daily specials. The staff comes, immediately attends your table. There is nothing going wrong. But it happened a couple of times. The one thing that I didn't like, and it bothered me a lot, was the way how one single guest was putting stress on my team, not only on my service team, on hostesses. The chefs was the whole kitchen team was stressing out when we have these specific guests, because there is always complaints, there is always issues. Anyhow, I went outside one day for a dinner, and I was sitting at another restaurant, of course, and I see the same guest entering, and I saw the manager stressing out. I was like, what's going on? He told me, it's like, I have the most difficult guest ever. And then I understood, okay, I'm not the only one. So when I got his next reservation, the hostess informed me, of course, it was immediately highlighted to me. Then I grabbed the phone, I called the guest, and I said, I have to inform you that I have to cancel your reservation. So, when the word spread fast within the team that I took action to cancel a guest who was very toxic in the restaurant, but it helped me to gain loyalty and trust from the team. And that moment I realized, sometimes you have to fire a client in order to hire loyalty within the team. And in the long term, it paid off big time. The culture, the mindset in the team was different. They was looking at me as someone who is there, always to be for the guest and on the guest side, but in the meantime, to be overlooking your team and making sure that people have a healthy working environment.
For sure, your team saw you as this is our leader, and now we even have bigger respect to our leader and manager. But what was the response of the guest?
No, it's, of course the guest asked me, it's like, why you're canceling my booking? And of course, it was rudeness on the phone as well, but I have to put, the real reasons. I was completely honest and transparent, and I had to say that you're not welcome in our restaurant anymore. But it benefit, when you have a stressed team, especially when you have the whole team stressed because of one person, it affects the experience of other guests. Where that's why we call them guests. We provide hospitality. I was watching one of your episodes with Adi, and he mentioned something We do hospitality at our home as well. We do our celebrations, holidays, where we invite our friends, our co-workers, our family, and you have to know each of your guests, what they prefer, what they like to drink, what they have to eat. You might have guests that you have invited who are vegan, who are vegetarian. So there is so many details that you need to look after every person that you have invited to come into your home. We do the same in the restaurants, but in a much larger scale, where there is so many operations involved in order to serve one guest. You see, we call them guests. We don't call them customers. We call them guests because you are the main host as a GM. You are the host, and you're on top of everyone, making sure that each guest have memorable experience, and you make sure that they come back again. As a general manager, you have to be on top of everything to make sure that guest receives what they come for. You have to meet their expectations. In the end of the day, you're selling a product, and to deliver that product, it requires big effort. I would just put a simple example. At the moment, I have 112 seating capacity in the restaurant and in the bar, in the lounge, and I have a team of 60 people. So if you look at the ratio of staff versus guest, how many people it takes to sell product, it goes to one staff versus two guests. So that's the effort that it takes to sell a product. It's the complexity behind, from housekeeping, from your admin team, your maintenance team, from your engineering team, kitchen team, drivers, purchasing, service, bartenders, managers, supervisor, hostess, security, valet, persons, where you already feel welcome to your venue.
But I think it's not the first or the last. One guest told me don't look at it as a problem, look at it as an opportunity. However, yes, there is some guests, as you said, somehow they are coming to use the restaurant and the staff as a filter. Maybe because they have their own negative things going on in their life. However, you are coming to a restaurant to enjoy, right? Always there will be someone.
Yes, definitely. I mean, see now, we have happy guests. We have guests that they've been through difficult work day, where they use the restaurant, as a place where they can relax and forget about what happened at their work. So they come to enjoy. In the end of the day, you are spending money. So yes, I agree with you. I always remind my staff on my meetings. I have one saying, the guest is your salary, not the company. If we don't have guests in this restaurant, we don't have salary, because they are the ones who make the revenue. They are the ones who are buying the product. So we need to make sure that product is delivered with excellence. But like you said, we have difficult guests. We have a guest who come angry for personal reasons that there is nothing to do with the restaurant. Not everyone is in a perfect mood. We are in an industry where we are dealing with 200, 300 different characters, different guests in a day. But this is where we shine, because we are able to accommodate all types of guests, and in the end of the day sell them your product and make sure you deliver the whole package, the whole experience.
The guest maybe will come back, but the team needs to come back tomorrow again. You can easily lose your staff.
I mean, you always have to be at both sides. You have to always balance in order to create a healthy environment, like I mentioned earlier, where guests can have that comfort to buy your product.
Everyone sees the GM title and thinks it's champagne and suits, as we are wearing right now, right? What's the brutal truth behind the scenes that would make them run back to their safe jobs?
That's a very interesting question, actually. We have a moments where it's nice suits and champagne glass, but I would say the brutal truth about being in a suit is it's heavy. You are in a job that you have to be accessible 24/7. You know that I have a toolbox in my car. I always carry a toolbox in my car because sometimes I don't have time. Things happen fast in the operation, and you don't have time to wait for maintenance. So the reason why I have a toolbox in my car is most of the time I've been able, to fix it by myself. Electricity issue, sound system issue.
I think only your team knows about this.
Yes,
But,
this is something that you never.
But the guest from the outside, this guy is always dressed to impress. And like 15 minutes before we opened the restaurant, he was fixing the socket in the kitchen.
Exactly, or a pipe that burst, in the kitchen. But yeah, that's the brutal truth that we never exposed to guests. This is within the team, and like I said, it's a very demanding position. You have to be very fast, very responsive to any issue, any problem that comes. And in our industry, issues happens every single day, every single hour, every single minute. You cannot predict it, but you have to be able to fix that issue or the problem at the fastest possible time.
Toolbox in the car.
Yes, I do have toolbox in my car.
Talking about suits, we need to make our new suits. What are we gonna make? I will leave this one for you to say.
I do have appointment with Juven tomorrow. We are meeting in the afternoon.
He will make his suit before me. You see?
He has.
You see?
He promised me that I'll look much better.
He said that the Italian fabrics, the top-notch fabrics that arrived. So obviously you will be.
It's good
the
stuff.
first to make
I had a chance to visit his atelier shop, and I went through some designs. I have to say, Guven, you're a superstar, man. And maybe we go together, We can do appointment. Guven, see you tomorrow, buddy. I'm sure that we're gonna design an amazing suit that will make us different, look different.
Feel different, look different. That's the new slogan of Guven. He is not coming alone. I will tell you that. If you could go back to your first restaurant in Macedonia and give yourself one piece of honest advice, what would it be?
Bobby, you're taking me way back, man. This has been over 12 years ago, and that was point of my life where I had my first experience in hospitality. I used to stress out every day. It was my first experience. So I was doing a lot of mess, and what I learned from my first experience in the restaurant in Macedonia, the advice that I could give myself, I would say, plates will break, glasses will break, but you won't break. That's the honest piece of advice that I would give to myself if I go back to my first restaurant shift in Macedonia.
But first, for sure, so many plates break and glasses broke.
I can tell you a very funny story. I have to explain you this. So, when I started as a waiter, first time experience as a waiter. I've never been into hospitality. I was studying geography, so it's something totally different when you look at both professions. But when I had my first shift at the restaurant, I was so confident. I was acting with confidence, like I wanted to show off to the management I can do it. I can carry plates, I can carry trays. So it was a busy night at that restaurant, and I took order, I write down everything, making sure that I don't miss any order, but it was only drinks order. So I went to the bar, I posted the order, and I saw the order is ready for pickup, putting my glasses in the tray, and the bartender told me, "Are you sure that you can carry this?" And I'm like, "No worries, man. Everything is under control." So I was carrying. At that time there was a band in the restaurant, and it was full of guests. And I was walking in the middle of the restaurant. So you have to walk in the middle of the restaurant. Then there is a glass sliding door to access the terrace. So I was taking drinks to the terrace. But, we don't have experience with carrying trays. So I was holding the tray in my hand, but I don't look in front of me. I'm just paying attention to my tray, so the glasses don't fall off of the tray. So I was walking, and man, I did not see that glass door. I bumped straight into the door with my head and the tray, and the noise was so loud that even the band stopped, to check what happened, what's going on. All guests was looking at me. The band stopped. Like, I had a feeling like that the time froze, everything froze around me, and it was silence in my head, and I'm like, what's going on now? That was a moment where I stepped on a side and I'm gonna give up. That's it. I can't do this anymore. That feeling of everyone looking at you, having, let's say, 100, 150 guests, your team, the band, the owners was there at that time in the restaurant, the management, having everyone looking at you where you're breaking all the glasses. It made me a feeling that I want to give up as well, to stop this job. But like I said, like I mentioned earlier, plates and glasses will break, but you won't break. So yeah.
It's so interesting that always we are remembering those moments. Most of the times we don't remember when we have the best experience, the best service we are giving to the guest. But we are always remembering how we are improving ourselves based on bad service, based on something that, as you remember now this. I remember maybe more 20 years ago when I started as a waiter in hospitality. It was one of the easiest drink to bring to the table, but I got so nervous. I think most probably because it was few ladies. I was, I think, almost 15, and they were attractive ladies. And I was working in a coffee shop. The easiest drink to bring for me, it was always Nescafe Frappe with foam on the top. So
it doesn't spill.
Doesn't spill, easy to carry on the tray. For me, it was challenging the Turkish coffee to bring it for me, and macchiato or cappuccino, but this one was the easiest. How I ended up bringing the coffee with the foam on the top with the tray, it ended up the entire tray in one of the ladies. On
the lap.
I don't even know how I didn't trip, or I just turn off or something, everything falls down.
That's the moment when everything freezes around you.
Yes.
You don't hear anything.
It's an embarrassing moment, for sure. It's an embarrassing moment, but I think we need this type of moments so we can develop and grow as not only in hospitality but in general as people.
I mean, at that moment you have the feeling like you want to run out of the restaurant as far as possible
and hide yourself somewhere.
Hide yourself and never come back.
Never go out from
never enter this job anymore.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
But we have few similar experience.
Oh man!
Not only us, for sure. The majority.
We have a lot. We have a lot. If we
start sharing now,
you have to extend this episode.
At least one we shared. Both I think both were somehow embarrassing.
Very embarrassing. It's enough. I believe the audience will understand.
Yes, but we move
of course.
Forward.
That's how we improve.
Yes.
I mean, we do make a lot of mistakes, especially in our profession. Nobody is perfect, and we always look at the mistakes as a positive thing, because you don't want to repeat the same mistake. You always want to find a way how to improve to avoid the same mistake. That helps you to have progress in your professional life, but also in your personal life as well.
I think it's very important to have this type of moments. To fall down, to make a fool of yourself. This is how we're gonna learn.
I always value those moments. I never disregard them. I always value them.
And we ended up sharing it now.
Yes. One of many.
And the thing is, we feel proud now of those moments.
Yeah.
It's not the same feeling as that back then.
I'll never forget that moment. I believe it's the moment that maybe break the ice in my career, where I decided to stay in hospitality and grow up as a person on a professional field. I think that's the mistake that make me stronger.
So, leading in hospitality can be tough. How do you keep standards high without breaking people down?
That's a tough question, but I believe I learned it from in the past working with managers. I've seen managers who treat the staff with fear, who are very tough, very hard on them, and they always blame the team, the staff, if something goes wrong. And I've seen many of the best team members leaving after 1 month, being broken down and burned and overwhelmed for no reason. So having that experience, I would say the way how I treat my team, I would say it's like cooking, when you have to add heat to the food that you cook, but also you have to add a lot of love in order to have good food, tasty food. So I always push my team to excellence, but on the other side, I always make sure to protect them from being overwhelmed and not breaking down.
Well, you give us an example of how you are supporting your team even before with difficult guests. So there is a lot of teamwork coming from Dragi.
Not everyone is born as a leader. Even us, we are not born as leaders. This is something that you gain from experience. I could give one advice to every beginner in hospitality. Choose your company wisely. Do your background research about the company. Make sure there is good leaders in that company, because leaders are the ones that you learn the most, because they guide you. They show you everything how it's done by leading you by example. Instead of putting blame or being hard on you, they will show you the way. For example, you break a glass in the restaurant and the manager will come and scream at you, "Why do you break your glass? Are you idiot? You don't know how to carry the tray." Instead of coming and showing you how you should carry the tray correctly to avoid breaking the glass in future. So, that's the difference between managers and leaders. In the end of the day, you have to lead a big team, and you have to show them the right way and how it's done. You want to see your people growing up. You want to see your people hungry for the job, and you want to see them progressing all the time, because they have to deliver, like I mentioned earlier, excellent experience to our guests. And the way how you build your team, it's the way that how it's gonna, there's the impact that you're gonna have on the guests. If you build a good team, you provide a good experience for the guests.
The guests will feel it. When maybe the team is uptight and the managers are a little bit more rough. So it's always how you are delegating, as you said, managers to leaders, and then it's going to the staff, and then staff to the guest.
Yeah, if you have one staff that it's stressed, nervous, not in a mood, guests will feel it immediately. They will know. Me or us personally, if we sit in a restaurant, we would notice immediately if the staff is not in a mood, because they'll not smile and you'll feel the negative energy around. Very important thing to understand in your team is to divide how the issue is related. If the staff is not motivated, if if the staff is not performing, you have to understand if it's a skill related or is something personal. For example, if it's a skill related, you work on that stuff by providing training. But if it's personal related, maybe that person is feeling tired. Maybe that person have a flu. So that's one way how I prevent, from breaking people down. In the middle of the shift, you might go to the staff and tell them, thank you so much, it's enough, go home, take rest, or let me know how I can help you to feel better. Let me know if you want me to help you with an appointment in a hospital if you're feeling sick. So when you divide these two things within your team, you also prevent from people breaking down.
I think it's always good and motivational to recognize that the staff is doing a great job. And those words, as a leader, as a manager, to tell them, good job guys, today you did a great job, it means a lot. Before I was not thinking like this, but over the time I saw that it's important. It's important, it's good, it's motivational, it's keep them moving.
You have to empower them. You have to,
yes.
You have to give them the confidence that they are doing good job. You don't give them the feeling that they are not performing well. You always give them the feeling that they are able to deliver. And the rest you adjust with trainings, staff meetings, staff briefings, briefings on the goal. We have 1 million situations or scenarios throughout one shift, one day. There is so many things that can happen, good and bad, positive and negative, both. But in the end of the day, I would say, the staff, the way how staff behaves and treats the guest, it's a reflection of how the management treats them and trains them and behaves.
It will reflect in the end when the evaluation will come. So you motivating them, it will reflect to their growth.
You always have to address all, if the staff is underperforming, you have to be honest and transparent with your team.
Yeah.
But always to look for a way to improve that person, not to put them down, not to blame them. Just, you mentioned the evaluation. Evaluation is something we can do it quarterly, we do it yearly. Evaluation is something where you have that moment where you address all the points to the staff, but where they are underperforming, how they can improve. There is the effort that we have to put to make them better in the end of the day. This is where you feel proud. Guest is satisfied, staff is satisfied, you have beautiful balance and nice.
I think the feeling is even more overwhelmed and better when the staff will get that promotion, but they know they deserve it.
They have to be hungry for it.
Yes.
And they have to work a lot. We went through a long way in our lives to reach a title of a GM. It's a hard way. It's a difficult way. I always say to my staff, like, forget about normal shifts. Sometimes we have to work 12 hours. When we have a chance, to have shift of 6 hours, I'm happy. We can work less, we can rest more. But it's so unpredictable, where you always have to put in the mindset of your staff that it's hard, it's not easy.
Have you ever felt so overwhelmed that you thought maybe it's time to go back to Macedonia?
Absolutely, man. So many times, I can't even count, how many times I felt overwhelmed. And I believe all of us, we have felt that way. But you don't give up. You just keep going. We have been through a long way to reach where we are now, and there is no way back. So we need to keep going. We need to keep improving ourselves in a professional field. I can tell you one story where I wanted to leave everything. It's COVID. During COVID, you see empty restaurant. You see the team is worried. It's afraid. The pandemic was something that had a very deep and big impact on all of us. So that was the moment where I was like, should I just leave everything, go back to Macedonia, wait this pandemic to end, open a small cafe or a small bar, run, make a new beginning. But then on the other side, I was looking at my team. It was difficult for everyone. I cannot leave them, and also I look at the fact you're a GM, you have to make sure that the business is still moving, the business is still going, and to be patient and make sure that you will be able in the end of the day to sell your product, pay your staff, and keep the business going. So yes, of course, many times I have thought I had this feeling many times.
But you never stopped. Just keep moving.
We just keep moving, man. We don't stop. We don't stop. There is no limits.
I think I had few days. I think it popped up to my Facebook feed. The memories category. I made this comment almost 8 years ago when I was living in Doha to some post that, as you said, there is no limits. And you know the famous quote, sky is the limit.
Yes.
And I think someone, I don't remember, I will check, someone comment on my post, sky is the limit. I remember I text something similar. I comment something similar as you said. No, you are not right. Sky is not the limit. The limits is what you are saying it will be.
Yes.
Like there is no limits.
No, but logically, sky is not the limit. If there is no limits, the universe is constantly expanding. So we don't have limits.
When choosing your team, what proves to you they'll stay loyal through any challenge?
There is so many details that proves that as a whole, as a team, they can stay loyal. I mean, it's when you stand around as a GM, you have to overlook everything, right? So I look at the small actions that every team member makes. Let's say, for example, the waiter is passing around, they drop the glass in the back area, the glass broke. I would love to see when the housekeeping is going, cleaning up the mess after the waiter have made and not making fuss about it. Or when we are looking at the kitchen team where you have a chef who called sick that day and the junior chef is immediately jumping in to replace him without making any big deal from it, So the way how I see loyalty is where people, they help each other. I always love to see and proves me that they are loyal to me and to the company as well, to the business, loyal to the business as well, is, let's say, maybe a waiter has finished their section, they have cleared off their section, they are done, but they still stay to help the other waiter who is handling the section next to him or her and give that help to make sure it goes smooth, everything flows on a way that we avoid complaints, guest is satisfied, and there is no difficulties in the operation.
Ultimately, it's credit to them. It's points to them. It will reflect their evaluation in your eyes, and it will reflect to the teamwork. So even the team will say, this guy is a team player. He is helping us. Okay, tomorrow we'll help him.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
I guess.
And this is what proves me loyalty to myself and to the whole team. If it's the other way around, it's not gonna work.
Tell me one truth about this industry that make 90% of the people quit on day one.
I believe the brutal truth is that hospitality will break your ego. That's something.
That's such a fresh approach. You cannot come with ego in this industry.
Yes, but if you have it, it will break your ego, and otherwise you will not last. You will not last in this industry. But apart from that, I would say you can be top GM, you can be top celebrity chef, But if you're not willing to get your hands dirty in this industry, then the industry itself, it will spit you out.
I think this one will hit to so many people. Mentioning the ego, because we have high ego, yes, but but some of them, their ego is above the clouds.
Ego does not work in this industry.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we know that very well.
Ultimately, we are managing a business which is not ours. We are looking at it as ours, and that's why we are giving our absolute best.
I mean, that's our approach. Like you have to take the keys of the main door. You have to take ownership of the place in order to manage the business. So you'll be able to deliver the expectation of the business. I mean, to satisfy the business needs.
So, Dragi, you have climbed the ladder from the hospitality of Macedonia to Bahrain's top venues. What's the next big move you are ready to build?
Look, now I'm still in Bahrain, but I would say my next big move is to build a legacy. Legacy where you build a place that outlasts you. You build a team that acts like a family, all together, everyone connected. I would like to build a place where people doesn't come for the building, but they come for the people inside the building. So I would say that is my next big move.
It's an amazing move, to be honest. It's a fantastic vision, building a legacy. It's a long process, never-ending process, I think.
We're still young, we still have the energy, we still have the power. If we don't do it now, when?
I will tell you one thing. You are the only person that sat here and said we are young.
We are. I mean,
And this is honest.
I'm 35 years old.
I'm just saying, even younger.
How old are you?
I am 37.
So
But
you're
younger
35.
than 35. I think, someone below 35 said, we
So-
are old.
But we are young. So you see, I'm 35, you are 37. Both of us, we have climbed the ladder very high. And we are just, I believe we are still in our prime,
Yes.
where we can achieve, I think we are not even the halfway, There is still a lot that we can achieve, and now we have the power, now we have the energy to absorb and to absorb everything that the world throws at us.
I think we are just getting started.
Yes, this is the beginning. This is how we feel.
Every level up for us is the new beginning.
That's
And
the
this is, as you said, creating legacy.
Well
Beautiful.
said, well said. I agree 100% with you.
Maybe it has to do with the roots.
Yes, I mean, we we are Balkans. We are tough by nature. We are tough people. We don't break down easy, and we always want more.
Never satisfied.
Never satisfied. Always hungry for more.
And finally, Dragi, what experience transformed you from a good manager to a leader that people respects?
That's a good question. You're very deep with this question. You're really squeezing out.
I needed time to prepare for this. Coming from the same country, to be honest, I needed a little bit of time to prepare. To hit strong.
You really put me into deep thinking, but it's nice. I do have an experience that I will always remember, and I believe that transformed me, from being a manager only into a leader. So I had an event, and that event failed big time because I did not have the experience to do the event, to plan the event, to create the event, to do all the arrangements for the event. So I just thought, I'll do it, but I didn't understand what is necessary to set up an event. And then the event failed, and I was so angry, I was so upset, and I wanted to blame my team. That I believe it's their mistake. I believe they haven't done a proper job. That's why the event failed. But I stepped back. I had to digest the whole situation. I called a staff meeting the same day, and I went in front of the staff and I said, guys, this is on me. This is my mistake. Don't worry, next time we will do it to perfection. I understood, the next day when I went back to my venue, to the restaurant, the team was looking at me on a different way, like with more respect, with more transparency, with more kindness. And then I understand that I just had one of the biggest lessons in my life, where you took, as a GM, no matter what's going on, you took all the mistakes that happened on you, and you don't put it on the team. You don't blame the team, because I understood it's my job. If there is something going wrong, that means it's my mistake. I have to fix it. I need to make sure that everything is done properly, and I cannot blame the team. So that event, I believe, transformed me into a leader and gave me, the opportunity to see how the perception of the team towards you, how they look at you. So they from looking at me as a manager, they started looking at me as a leader who is able to take all the punches.
This is the proven formula about the ego, that there is no ego. So you really took a punch.
There is no ego.
There is no ego.
If you have an ego, don't come to hospitality. It's not the company that is going to fire you, it's the industry that is going to take you out.
You can take a lot of punches, as you did in your past.
I don't have bruises, right? No.
You don't have bruises? Maybe you are covering them with the suit?
It's the punches that teach you a lesson, to improve. Those punches, they are always welcome.
So get ready for the next punch, because we are entering the BTX Elite bonus round.
Always ready for the next punches. Give it, bring it in.
The gloves are on. So, what's your typical morning routine from the moment you wake up?
Coffee, man. Coffee. It's the first thing that I do, it's coffee. No, first I want to check if the venue did not burn down overnight. But apart from that, I love to have my coffee in the morning. I like to stay in silence in the morning, and I always, check, open my phone. Man, there is so many messages and and calls that you need to get back. Not always I'm waking up in the morning. Sometimes we wake up in
the afternoon.
In the afternoon, depends of the shift you had.
You finish your shift in 5 a.m.
Exactly. So
with the sunrise. We have similar mornings, to be honest. Maybe some people, they don't prefer it. I think maybe it's a feeling that you have your peace of mind, 20 minutes peace of mind with the coffee in the morning.
Exactly, that's my point, that's why I said I want to have it in silence. Then I will open my phone, I will check my messages and open my email. So the first thing that I do, I prioritize my follow-ups and my replies. And I always prefer, before I enter the office, of course, is the restaurant. I don't have an office, the office is the whole restaurant. But I always prefer to enter with half of the job done.
I can get the morning routine with the coffee, but basically you start your work the moment you wake up.
But that's why it's not.
Okay, at least in your day off, I have you now in the show.
That's why our job is not champagne and suits,
But people think like this, so let them think. Okay, this guy.
It's 24/7.
24/7.
It's 24. It's a job that requires GM has to be here 24/7.
What's your quote that you live by every single day?
I do have one. I don't know if it's said by someone else, but I always live by one quote. Is don't chase perfection, chase progress. It's a quote that I share with my team on a daily basis. Every time when I do my briefings, I always remind them, like, don't chase perfection, chase progress. I believe, chasing perfection, it can blind you, because you shift your mind only at certain way that you forgot what's happening around you. but progress is something that all of us can do, and you can do it every single day. We progress every single day. We always try to do better things in our lives. So.
This is one of the reasons that I started this brand of BTX, to bring people like yourself that will bring value to myself as well, however, to the channel and to the people who are listening. Because I'm still learning. Every day I'm learning. It's a never-ending learning experience. Chase the progress.
That's the meaning of no
Super
limits.
clean and neat.
I mean, Bobby, look, man, you had amazing leaders in your podcast. Before I watched all your episodes, and one thing that I can say is thank you for giving us the opportunity.
So the value is there, thanks to you guys. What is your favorite place in Bahrain to recharge or feel inspired?
Again, I would say, in our daily life, we work with a lot of noise, with a lot of stress, with many different characters, guests, big team. You have to go through a lot throughout the day. So whenever I have a chance, I take my car. There is a very nice spot in Zalak area, if you know the public beach, Bilal Al Jazair. So in the end of that beach, there is a spot that I love. I sit on the rocks, I leave my phone at the car, so I just stay in silence there, and I always wait for the sunset. It's so, because there is no surroundings, in front of you it's only the sea. So you have the perfect sunset, and it helps me to clear my mind. It helps me to digest my thoughts. It helps me to recharge myself. And whenever I have the opportunity, I always go there and enjoy the sunsets.
Then you are coming back to the car and checking your phone, 300 emails.
I try to avoid it. Because it's a long drive. From Zalak to the place where I live in Bahrain, it's a 1 hour drive. So I like to enjoy the drive as well. I love driving. So I also take advantage of having the chance, to go on a long drive, listen to your favorite songs, and just enjoy the moment.
What's one goal you still have that keep you hungry?
I don't know how is the view on top of the mountain. I want to see how is that view on top of the mountain. I mean, see now, my goal is always to reach a point in my life where I'm able to have stability, to be able to provide for my family, to have enough time to spend with the family, and to retire with a business that it's family oriented. And I don't know, it's all connected about people that I love and people that I want to spend time with. But on the other side, I want to see how is the view from the top of the mountain.
Dragi, what's one thing from Macedonia you always hold close to you?
No, definitely family. Family is something that I always hold close, but the other thing is, well, I would say it's toughness, Macedonian toughness. It's something that we hold close. It's being tough, don't break down, just get all the challenges that life gives you. And I think there is one saying, don't run away from the storm, go into the storm. It was something like that, or I don't know, don't take me for...
I think all of us are coming from from the storm itself, inside, in the storm.
Yeah. I mean, that is typical for us Macedonians. We are tough people, and that's why, I would say, family and toughness is something that I always hold close to myself from Macedonia, as a Balkan.
We are not born tough, but we are getting tough over time, I think. Over time, getting hit from young age. Maybe this generation, they don't know, the value of the belt.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Some people they might take it wrong.
They will
but
say,
yeah,
which belt? What's going on? No, the
no,
belt.
no. Nice handmade leather belt. You know, it
Yes.
looks. Yeah.
I think everybody remembers
yeah.
the belt until 2000 and no, until the 2000s, I think, or 2010.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're having a nice life now.
Okay, this is off topic, but I remember regarding the belt. It was I had a choice to make one time. Choose your belt. It was a thinner belt, a smaller one, and a bigger one.
The thick
I was
one.
like, the smaller one for sure. It will hurt less. It was a mistake.
Maybe
it hurt even more.
Maybe that's one thing, you know, that we hold close from Balkan countries, you know.
Yeah, but however, you said the toughness.
Thanks for reminding me for that, man.
Dragi, big pleasure to have you here as my
Same
guest.
here.
I would like to thank you. Hvala ti mnogo.
Hvala ti mnogo i na
Hvala ti
tebe,
mnogo
Bobby.
što dojde. And I'm grateful that I have you here as my guest. You bring a lot of value, even though we are from the same country, but a lot of value based on experience. And I will wish you all the biggest success in the future.
Thanks a lot, Bobby. It's been a great run today with you. I mean, we finally got a time, you know, to catch up with each other. We had a nice chat before the podcast, and it's a big pleasure that you invited me today. And yeah, keep doing what you're doing, man. You're doing really good thing for getting all those leaders in your show and exposing them to the world, and people can see, you know, what they're capable of and what they can do. I mean, it's a big thing.
I appreciate your words, but without you guys, there will be no show. Thanks to you and thanks to the other guests and the next to come. I think this is what brings the biggest value to the audience and to BTX as well. So thank you again.
Thanks a lot, Bobby.
That you are a part of this.
We might sit in future for different topic.
Yes, of course. A Macedonian topic.
Exactly.
Thank you, Habibi.
Of course, it's a pleasure.
За сите што гледате, големо фала и се гледаме следен пат.
Oh,